Now to the physical deployment of equipment, how to put it in place. First of all, of course, there's a difference indoor, outdoor. If we're doing outdoors, try to use natural protection like roofs, balconies. Typically, our users are on the ground somewhere, except when they're in buildings on higher floors. I could do that from outside too, but most of the time my users will be on ground level. Bringing access points up, pointing them down might be a very good idea. So I can actually put things underneath the roof edges or a balcony or something like that. Waterproofing, if it's outside, it will get wet, whether it's direct rain or just air humidity. Always waterproof the whole thing, including cables and connectors. Protected from other environmental impact, like most famous one is probably lightning, thunderstorms hitting your equipment. You can have lightning protectors, arresters to secure your access points. Also protect gear against theft, vandalism, destruction. This destruction can come from humans, can also come from animals. Birds like to nest in antennas, if those antennas allow it. Small animals with sharp teeth like to eat cables. Cows can run into things. We've seen all kinds of stuff. So don't forget, there's more living beings than just humans that can be danger to your equipment. And then, of course, climate, weather, wind. Again, your knowledge of your neighborhood, of your environment is key here. Next in our deployment rules, antennas. How do we use them? How do we direct them? How do we choose them? The short repetition antennas are passive elements. They don't amplify, but they bundle, they concentrate radio waves. And we have a main distinction between omnidirectional antennas and directional antennas. Directional antennas then, of course, being different in how directional, how narrow, how directed are they. Example for point-to-point links, long distance, we'll have highly directional antennas, very small, narrow beams, so to speak. The rule is always you want your signal where the user is or the receiver is, nowhere else, as good as possible. In order to do that, you need to be able to read antenna patterns. These are curves that show you what comes out of your antenna. To learn about them, one thing I would recommend is the Green Book, Wireless Networking in the Developing World. Also here a link to a very good guide by Cisco, Antenna Patterns and Their Meaning. They can be a little bit difficult to read your first time around because they offer different views. You can look from above on a horizontal plane. You can look from the side. You can look at different polarizations. That complicates things further. So not only do you have two planes, but then also two polarizations for each. That already makes 4 different pattern diagrams. So it takes a little bit of time getting used to these. But the more time you spend with them, you learn how to read them. And here's one example, which is quite easy to tell what it is. In the top right corner, seen from above, looks like it's distributed absolutely evenly to all sides. It's perfectly round, omnidirectional. And there I already answered my question, what type of antenna is this? It's omnidirectional. Seen from the side, if this is the antenna and I'm looking onto it like this, so actually like I'm looking now, then I would see a narrow beam, and put together, this looks a little bit like a donut. We're often speaking of a donut pattern here. So it's omnidirectional in terms of all directions around it, but it's very directional depending on the angle, like up and down, if I look at it from the side. We'll have an example showing this in a moment. So once you know and have understood the pattern, you'll have to direct it, of course, in a way that it really reaches where you want it to reach. For indoor installations, we typically have the possibilities on a ceiling, on a wall, under a table. All of these are possibilities. A lot of indoor equipment is made to sit on a ceiling, but not all of it. And sometimes gear that's meant to sit on a ceiling can be used in other ways too. Again, it all depends on your analysis of where do you want the signal to go and what does your room look like. Make the drawings, make the paintings, measure angles, and so forth.